We go. Welcome everyone to the last session of at least the first season, I hope, of the Club Growth Acceleration series. It's been great to have all of you here. It Today is actually a great honor for me because I'll be hosting someone who I've gotten to work with really closely over the last 2 years because his name is Panagiotis Karanikas. Today he's the president of Thessaloniki Toastmasters, but to me, he's still my old division director. Last year, he was the division director of Division G, that is Bulgaria, Greece, Cyprus, and Israel. And even though we competed against each other for that role and he won, he took me on and we were able to make this division great. I believe he even got Best Division Director or Division Director of the Year, and I learned so much from him. And if it wasn't for the way he led everything, I probably wouldn't be the club growth director today. So, really, an amazing, amazing person that I think we really can learn so much from. Today, his webinar will be on being back-to-back champions, right? Leadership culture, the Thessaloniki way, because the Thessaloniki Toastmaster was the first club in our district to become President's Distinguished. So, meaning they have good education, great growth, and they have amazing retention, which is everything that I want to hear about. This means it's a good, great club. A little bit more about Panagiotis himself. He's a PhD candidate in the Latin language and literature at the University of Athens. He's currently, of course, the president, as I've mentioned, of Thessaloniki. He has he has been a member of Toastmasters since 2018. He received his DTM in 2014. His motto is uh, look there where you want to go, or else you go where you look at. Without further ado, Panagiotis Karanikas.
Thank you very much, Mr. Club Growth Director. You brought to me fond memories of our cooperation for the Division G success last year, and I always keep this collaboration with very fond memories. Thank you very much, and thank you. Most of more than all and beyond anything else, I would like to thank you for this series. I think that it's a great idea because it gives the opportunity and the space and time to discuss topics, share best practices among our clubs within District 109 and beyond District 109. So I'm very happy also to have today this audience from different districts. I see members of our home club Thessaloniki that we will be talking about tonight, this evening, and also members of our district and other districts. Sorry if you find this presentation out of the district standards, but it's true that this year I have focused a lot to the club after many years of service in district. But we are here tonight to talk about back-to-back champions, leadership, culture, and the Thessaloniki way. I'm Panagiotis Karanikas, this year president of Thessaloniki Toastmasters, and let's talk a little bit about this club. So, a disclaimer from my side too. Everything in this presentation comes from the heart of a president that is very proud for the members of his team, both the officers and the club members. And let's give some demographics about the Thessaloniki club. It was established back in 2014. That means that last year we celebrated 10 years of continuous activity in northern Greece. It is the only club up to this moment. We do know what the future holds. There are many opportunities, but up to this moment, it has the this privilege to be the only club in northern Greece. So a different voice, a different way, a different culture from clubs in Athens, Greece. We are part of Area G1 in Division G District 109, Region 10. And along with us in the same area are three clubs from Bulgaria, two in Sofia and one in Plovdiv. Just for your information, only last year we coexisted with Bulgaria as a club. Traditionally, Thessaloniki was with clubs in Greece. That was a major concern of the realignment. To be honest, it was my suggestion as Division G director to take into account the geographical criterion because I believed in this coexistence between Bulgaria and Thessaloniki. And from what we see, 10 months after the realignment, everyone is alive. All went well. We had a great collaboration, a great area contest, and I will be talking in different parts of this presentation about how this collaboration went. So what we are discussing today, we are talking about how this club in 2 years in the row, 2023-24, 24-25, achieved 10 out of 10 points of the DCP program and was president distinguished first among hundreds of clubs in District 109. And this is can be conceived as a double success, a real champion, a club as a real champion because it made it 2 years in the row. So let's meet the XCOM. This year's XCOM, we have a more professional and a more funny picture. I found myself already from last year to be in Thessaloniki also for professional reasons, and I had the honor to be voted for president of this wonderful team. Let me introduce you the team, the officers team for 2024-2025. We have Martha Hadjievstratiu, our Vice President of Education, Christina Boloutidou, Vice President of Membership, Stella Perpera, Vice President of Public Relations, Melina Papapolizou, our Secretary, Spyros Kokologanakis, our Treasurer, and of course he is present tonight, Anastasia Rizou, our Sergeant at Arms. This picture is taken at the night we cut the New Year's pie, a celebration we do in Greece. It was around February, but this night has also a very important symbolism because it was the night after the club meeting. We were informed we have achieved 10 out of 10 points, and there was one more reason to celebrate. It was, if I'm not mistaken, at the first Wednesday of February, early in February, that we were informed about this great achievement. And that created a momentum, that created the psychology, the culture of the champion, the back-to-back champion, and also confirmed to me the very first impression I had when I visited the club 1 year earlier, that there is a very special value in this club, like a champion DNA that can explain everything, every aspect of this success. And I do not mean that this club from the first year of its activity was that successful. It has gone through hard times too, as many clubs during the pandemic, but it is impressive that the first years after the pandemic, after problems of forming the club committee or other challenges, getting back from COVID to normality, to hybrid meetings, It seems that this club has done something well. So I am also the observer of this already from last year for this champion mindset. And I will try today, and of course you will help me at the end of this presentation with your questions, to make sure to put an emphasis on what is the element, the value, the distinctive value of the champion. So behind every successful committee, there are subcommittees. Our club has an education committee with different roles, different assistants of the VPE. So we have, for example, an Easy Speak assistant who monitors the agenda, the Easy Speak, and tries to get all the members familiar with that tool. We have a mentor manager who bridges the gap between newcomers, members who want to have a mentor, and experienced senior members who want to mentor the newcomers or other members. We have a pathways assistant, and all this team is coordinated by the VPE. So it covers all aspects of the educational program, and we make sure that one of the most challenging roles, that of the Vice President of Education, is well supported by a team of members, a team of assistants who are willing to learn about a different aspect of the Toastmasters program, and why not be interested to become the next Vice President of Education. A PR committee, also the PR has an assistant. Sophie is here today. She is the PR assistant, and the PR assistant can help with the social media, give different insights on how to promote, for example, a list promoted social media like TikTok. This year, I have to say that our TikTok account got not only content but interesting concepts, and generally it was activated a lot. Last year it was founded, so we had a great start. Last year's PR made a good job at establishing an account and giving, let's say, a starter's content where we meet, what we do, what are the impressions of the people. But this year we tried to make more let's say, innovative, funny, add innovative and funny content to our social media pages. And the idea of the assistant hides an element of success. Keep in mind that we talk about not only this year but also last year to understand the extent of the success. So 3 current club officers were past assistants, the assistants of last year. They were the VP assistants or the sergeant at arm assistants, so they have seen the club executive committee in action. They were inspired, they had duties, and that led them to take one step further and go for a role in the committee, an actual club officer role. And also, one other good practice is to have officers that in the past have taken the role and have succeeded in it. They were distinguished in the PR role. For example, our VPPR has been a VPPR not last year but some years before. She has made a great job, so it is a good recipe some years to have past officers and share their best practices. Moving on and focusing on our meetings, I have to say that we make sure that each club meeting has a business part. We worked a lot on announcements. What we saw at the beginning of the year, we started having the announcements at the end. Maybe Laura, who joined us in summer, remembers that we had the announcements at the end, but everyone was like, oh, I want to go after the meeting, after all the components of the agenda and all these sessions. I'm bored to pay attention to the announcements. So we said, no problem, we will reverse this. And the second part of our meeting after the break starts with the announcements. And we have tried to add content, to add, let's say, memes, photos, to make special announcements more interesting. And we saw that people were more keen on attending the announcements. It was like a part, we could not start the second part of the meeting without having the announcements. So that was a great space and time to share upcoming events, contests, district events, and generally things that came up every meeting. It was also an opportunity to give the stage to special guests. I will talk about these when I talk about English meetings. Just an information, we meet every first, second, and third Wednesday of the month. And the first and third meeting is in Greek, while the second one is an English-speaking meeting. Regarding the elections, it was not a smooth year. Although in July we had a full house, all the officers are appointed and elected. In September we had a change, and it was not a minor one. Imagine that we had to change a sergeant at arms because the person who had initially taken up the role could not, due to time limitations, continue. So we are honored to have very active members and great leaders in our club who stepped in, and Anastasia stepped in and took up this role and executed the role, delivered the role every time in an exceptional way. But that we were able to overcome these difficulties thanks to the mindset of the assistant. So the sergeant at arms initially elected had appointed an assistant for the role, and this could also help. Maybe it's the time to make a second disclaimer I should have done earlier. If you expect an impeccable club in this presentation, it will not be. I will be honest also in points we improved, we changed through time. And that, I think, is also part of the success, to accept that you are not perfect and you have to review your success plan throughout the year. We hold regularly Club ExCom meetings. It's the fourth Wednesday regularly of the month that we do not have a regular meeting. So we have a Club ExCom meeting, and it works in the same mindset with the meeting. So we do it hybrid. We try to come to the venue and be present because that bonds us as a team. We had great moments. Every Club ExCom meeting starts with a team building activity. At the beginning, the team building activities were simple, we have this theoretical problem, how we cooperate as a team to resolve it. But then there were interesting ideas and sessions like it's time to share if we have a complaint from one towards the other, to be honest, to open our cards. And that brought real cases, not just scenarios, but real cases, actual problems. We had the opportunity to discuss them. So this is about the business part. everything we discuss, each summary is also provided to the members for transparency. We incorporate it in the announcements. And then we have the preparation. The VPE has, let's say, a nice archive. We have videos for every role. So these videos are helpful. They explain how each role, agenda role, meeting role is done, along with of course, the material from Toastmasters International, but it's different for the new member to see an actual presentation, a live presentation. Our VPE organizes regularly sessions like the role of the timer, and who would be interested, new members especially, to see how this role works. Agenda and auto scheduler. Sometimes we use the auto tool of the Easy Speak, and this helps us to let's say become more responsible. Now the question is not can you log in to Easy Speak and sign up for a role? No. At the end of the meeting, we ask, does someone know if they will be absent from next meeting to be excluded from the auto assignment? And after we do that, roles are assigned, and then people are asked to just accept or decline the role. So if you permit me, this is the champion's mindset. A part of it and an element of it. I do not ask for the participation. I can distribute, and then people are free to think again, am I available? Am I going to attend actually the meeting? So we have a different mindset in terms of assigning roles. The mentoring program, it's actually a good tradition. I remember it when I first joined Thessaloniki 1 year before. I was impressed to see that they said, you know, the semester is coming to an end, and now you have to think about, I continue with the same mentor or I want to change. And I compared with mentoring systems in Athens, in clubs where we do not even have this system, or the mentoring program was not so regular as in Thessaloniki. All the members, except from those who, for one reason or the other, say that I do not want to have a mentor. That is also an answer. We accept this. So for some members, although we try to make evident the benefits of the mentor, not everyone is ready to have a mentor at the same time. But all the rest of the members are paired with the senior member, even a member that has a lot of years in the club, or a member that has advanced in their path. So this gives the opportunity to have great collaborations per semester, different people. They may be a selection of the mentee, or they can be paired by the mentoring manager. And one thing I like is that the mentoring manager has created a group chat where all the mentors belong, and they can share concerns. They can share how often they meet, how they meet with their mentee, and we can exchange practices. It is not something we do, okay, I have my mentees, Anastasia has her mentees, Sophie has her mentees. No, we are in the same group. We can discuss these how mentoring sessions are going, and this adds a lot to the mentoring practice and to the mentoring culture of the club. It's good that members are changing from semester to semester. And that brings us to the innovation, the innovative part. We have tried different agenda items like evaluation of the evaluation. These guys in Thessaloniki are very nerd, I would say, because they have even remembered the detail that someone cannot deliver his first evaluation without being evaluated for this evaluation. So it's that project, evaluation and feedback, that starts with a speech, evaluation of the speech. Then the member goes back and works on the speech and gets back and delivers the same speech or another, but applying the feedback. And then we have a third component that many Toastmasters or many clubs forget. We have the evaluation, and this evaluation needs to be evaluated. So for the first time evaluator to understand what he did well and what can do better. Of course, the general evaluator at every meeting gives an aspect of feedback, but the first evaluation is equally important as the icebreaker. So we pay attention on this, or the active listening project. I believe now the majority of the members, even the newer ones, when they first did the table topics session, have done it in the context of the active listening project from level 3. So there is half of the speeches delivered in our club fit to a greater scale project, like for more advanced members, a level 5, level 4 project, something they organized beyond the club for a conference, for a contest, and they come back to the club to share how it went. Or all these committees, the role in charge of the committees can also use this for the path. We have turned pathways working and speeches working for the things we actually do and the time we invest in our club. And of course, different sections of the agenda, quizzes, to see if someone is actively listening to the whole meeting, who said this, who did this. I know that clubs in Israel do this also. I remember from a meeting I joined. Pantomime, book of the day. Actually, it does not matter which section or session a club introduces, but try to be innovative, think be out of the box, and maybe check also the item called Toastmaster wears many hats, effective meetings, to see different ideas regarding this. Beyond the club, we are working on educative and funny activities. We had a humorous meeting at the very start of the year, also in the context of a level 5 project of one of our members. We have a series of meetings about rhetoric and oratory in antiquity, with a quite high participation from our members. This year we paid attention not just to organize the club contests and that's it, but we traveled to Sofia for the area contests. We took up the organization of the division contests. And I really believe that this spirit that we want to learn, we are passionate about learning and self-growth in other domains, in other fields, apart from public speaking, that comes back. It's a nice boomerang for reviving our interest to participate to the meetings and do things together. Above all, funny activities like simple ones, everyday activities we do for fun, escape rooms, cards, social event after every meeting. This is a must. We go for a drink, we go to a restaurant. That ties our bonds to the maximum. parties, daily journeys. Today is a bank holiday, as we discussed before the start of this session. We went to a local winery and we tasted different wines. That opens our club to the community. And you know, after these years, we may not remember all the agendas, all the speeches we listened to, but I'm sure we will remember the people who created for us these unique moments. And I think this is the bond in its activity. We are not the same persons, but always there is a person that was part in the previous activity and can share, oh, we went to this place and it was really interesting. We went to this party and it was really exciting. All these create the memories, as you can also see from happy faces in social events after the meetings. We had some milestones this year, milestones in terms of being extrovert as a club, being open to bonding with other clubs. Back in March, some of our members traveled to Sofia for the area contest, and we had the opportunity to meet members from Sofia at a very nice place. They have their meetings, see how they have improved since last year. We see two healthy clubs in Sofia now that hold regular meetings. They have new faces, new people participating also to the contests. And 1 month later, at the division conference in Thessaloniki, many of them came. Many of them joined this event, and it was, let's say, it's a reciprocative activity from both sides. It's not, maybe the mindset of the champion is also, it is not the kilometers that make a distance. It's not the gap that creates two sides. We should not ponder over these kind of questions and problems and concerns. The difficult part, it's not how many kilometers are keeping us away, but how many times we can meet, at how many occasions. And we had plenty of them with the club officers training, although online. We had the opportunity to discuss actual problems from our clubs, actual needs, good practices. The in-person experiences in Sofia and in Thessaloniki created memories, created a culture that I think this year too we will try to have events in both cities and exchange visits or hold more joint meetings, not just the area director's visit per semester. And in the middle, I have kept a moment, the 10 years of Thessaloniki. We celebrated back in October. Thessaloniki was established in October 2014, and October 2024, we celebrated our 10th birthday. Is actually very moving that a club that has gone through hundreds of individuals all these years is still on and can be the mother of new clubs in the future. So these are some milestones we can share from the year 2024-2025. And here I have also gathered some good practices, some things that could measure this success, and why this club year after the year keeps the lead in inspiring other clubs and reminding them that you can achieve everything you have imagined and visualized. Just be active, just be unique in the way you know. We don't know right now how each club is unique. This is up to the members, this is up to the culture. But the message today is not, oh, we have climbed up the ladder, we are first for the second year in the row. It's a reminder that we can be beautifully different and unique. So I believe Thessaloniki is a team that keeps the decorum. The members are supportive to one another. We are not judgmental or toxic. And I talk from personal experience because I have been in these environments, unfortunately also in Toastmasters. And I have seen that in Thessaloniki we have a very supportive and warm atmosphere every time. Best practices from past officers. I'm glad to see, for example, from our VP to say that we did this last year, or previous VPs have handed over to us these good practice, this interesting video explaining the role. This creates an archive. This creates a history handed over from one committee to the other. We warmly welcome and greet all of the guests. At the end of the meeting, they have the opportunity, their 1 minute, to honestly tell, did I like the meeting? How did I find my first visit to Toastmasters International? We mentor the members either through the mentoring system. For the new members, they have also a one-to-one meeting with the VP at the very start of their journey in Toastmasters. And we give incentives to our members. We have this year established the Toastmaster of the Year according to the standards of the district, to award the member that has taken up most of the roles, delivered most of the speeches, and generally excelled in all aspects of the club culture and life by being active, innovative, and participating to the maximum. We have seen great results from what our VP shares per month. We have members that have taken most of the roles, that have completed their path. We had a great rate of path completion. I can bring to my mind 3-4 members up to now, except for the levels and the Triple Crown awards. We focus on projects and the qualitative completion of all of their components. We are fine if a member needs 2 months or 3 months to complete the evaluation and feedback project. It's good because that means they work on their speech. They actually improve it, and then they go for the evaluator role. We pay attention to each project. If it is outlined that an interview must be taken, a difficult audience should be towards the speaker, we take care that all the members, even the newer ones, wear this hat and be part of each speaker's project and success. We ensure a friendly and cooperative atmosphere among the committee members. Our decisions are taken democratically. We follow the Robert rules. We discuss everything. When there are conflicts of interests, we vote, and everyone has space and time multiple times. We had even to postpone some items of agenda because other items had to be discussed thoroughly. This is also fine. We have a Greek basis the majority of our meetings are in Greek, and we have an English top. And thanks to our fellow Toastmasters from District 109, actually the District Trio was very supportive. They connected to our meetings. They also, members of the district team came to our conference back in April. So we are very thankful that we have members from our division that support and district that support our club meetings, especially in English. We cope with English. We want to get better, but this cannot be done if we do not have special guests, native speakers. This adds a lot to the English meetings of Thessaloniki Toastmasters. We are open also in joint meetings like the one we had back in October with Geneva Toastmasters, and some members that are also present today were part of this meeting. This helps a lot. Actually, a very special moment was when a guest that would visit Greece with a team of other members from Taiwan, a Toastmaster herself, contacted us back in July and said, I'm visiting Greece, I would be interested to meet you, although I will not be present at the meeting. I would like to meet you outside the regular meeting hours and days. So we met at a local restaurant. She brought us some fortune, some luck cookies, and I was very moved by the coming of at least 3-4 of our members. That means that shows a lot, that we have the mindset of the local community, but we are also very open to international collaborations and bondings. And we received the feedback from her that we also made her presence very special, her stay here in Thessaloniki very special. Our division conference was also joined from Toastmasters from other divisions, and this was added to the international character of the division conference. We give precedence, priority to icebreakers. We welcome guests to participate in the table topics. We recognize people for completing their level, their path, or for achieving something in the contest, something in a workshop they organized or a special meeting they held. So professionalism is for us a priority, especially in communication. We have distinguished the chit chat. We have a group where also past members of the club can participate, and there we send for social activities, and we discuss in a more calm way, while we keep the decorum room with a different members chat where only the members participate. It is for the announcements, it is for special call to action, for scheduled contests, events, and things like that. And two more points: a lot of bonding and hanging out beyond the club sphere. It's actually a success for the majority of the members to say that they're friends with each other, they hang out regularly. This is a big success. We are there for a mission to deal with our stress in front of the public, but the success is bigger when you find friends along this way, along this journey. And I really believe that part of this success is that in this town we speak the language of heart. I don't only mean that it is an erotic city, Thessaloniki, but also that people and the human aspect goes first. this success really does not come from a very logical and meticulous plan that was not revised because it was very well calculated to the last detail, but because we are amazed and we are impressed at how unique one another is, and we find good qualities to one another. We support one another. And I really believe that, and changing slide, I really believe that people make Thessaloniki, and these people are the champions. Not just the club and the 10 goals reflected on the system on the dashboard, but these people one by one. And I really want to take this time to thank Νίκος Αργυρίου, Μάρθα Χατζευστρατίου, Χριστίνα Μπουλουτίδου, Νίνα Καρυπίδου, Δέσποινα Δούση, Στέργιος Μουστάκας, Αγγελική Χρυσοπούλου, Νίκη Τιφτικίδου, Τζόρτζ Χατζηνικολάου, Σπύρος Κοκολογιαννάκης, Στέλλα Πέρπερα, Παύλο Τάλο, Πάρης Χατζηγιάννη, Βαλσάμι Σαλαμανδράνης, Κλεονίκη Μισηρλή, Σόφη Καραπουλουτίδου, Αναστασία Ρίζου, Μαγδαληνή Τσαμπαρλή, Απόστολος Καλοβελώνης, Χάιδο Καρκατζούνη, Μαρία Καραγεωργίου, Θεόδωρος Ρέπος, Αθανασία Χουβαρδά, Σοφία Γαθονικοπούλου, Μελίνα Παπαπολίζου, Μαρία Γεωργίου. It's always a stress with these lists that you will miss someone. I hope this time, correct me please if I have missed someone. These people, at least for the current year, many of them were also the previous year, but they received also recognition last year. But I really want to thank them from the bottom of my heart, because I believe they keep Thessaloniki alive, and with the net of new people and senior members, we know we lose people per semester. This happens to the best of the clubs, but I like very much this club, and I hope you have gotten a glimpse of what is going on up here and where the secret lies. And now I am at your disposal for your impressions, your questions, or things you would like to add or to comment on.
First of all, big applause to you. Woohoo! Yay! And yes, if anyone has any questions, we still have a few minutes. Definitely open to questions to Panagiotis. If no one has a question, then I'll go first. I'll break the ice. Okay, looks like no one has any questions. It's both good and bad, I think. But so my question to you is, I like the fact that you have like the assistants, the people that are really assisting both with the getting people mentored and so forth. How do you inspire them? Right, it's one of the base problems. How do you get people to volunteer for something that isn't necessarily just speaking? It's one of the hardest things I think in Toastmasters. How do you deliver that value there?
That's a big bet because now we are in an elections rush, and we many times we think, success may has the opposite result, and people say, I cannot stand up to these standards the way the person did or executed the role. So I believe, at least from my perspective as president, I tried to get to know each member and devote time to each member. It may be a moment I speak with them in the break, a coffee, we go one-to-one at a random time, or a social activity we do together. So that is for me the suggestion, that each officer inspires their assistant according to the human relationship they build. They may, because we had changes, someone did not like, for example, the easy speak and wanted to change and have the pathways. That's great. Be honest with each other and find what works best. But everything starts from someone telling you, I like very much the agenda role you had today, the speech you delivered, the message you gave. Or I see in the last meetings that you do well this thing. Would you like to be my assistant? Or the opposite way, we encourage our members to be open to see, to observe what does each officer and go after them, try to learn about the role. This is also a way we had assistants. And in order to inspire them, they have to talk, to have meetings, see what works best according to the skills the assistant wants to hone, or what needs the officer has, and if they can match with the profile of the interested person. That's my view.
Okay, matching the profile. Interesting. Do we have any more questions? Anyone else? Liesel.
Sorry
Make sure
for
you're
not
on
having my
microphone.
video on, but my voice is here. Thanks Panagiotis for the presentation, and happy to see all the familiar faces as well and new ones. My question is related to burnout, right? So we know when you hit high productivity levels and you get high results, you need to have a good balance to avoid burnout. How do you manage that? I can see you have a lot of social engagement, so I can imagine that brings a bit of a balance. But in the process of inspiring people to achieve and to wanting to lead the way, what is your formula for burnout avoidance? What would you say? What is your suggestions there to keep the balance, not to burn out the members or any of the committee members, and still keep everybody motivated?
Thank you, Liesel. This is a crucial point, especially in terms of leadership, because we wonder why people do not continue, or they did well in their previous role. We would expect them to the right next role. Burnout. It's a reality, especially when having a successful year and also taking up the organization of the division conference. I cannot say that we do not have burnout symptoms, or this can explain why many of the current officers do not want to be, for example, the next role in the role, the vice presidents, presidents. That's a real challenge. The way I conceive this challenge, especially given the geography of this city, is to add more people, expand our community. For example, this burden could be lighter if we had a second or a third club in the city with a different profile, different dates and times, so as to encourage mobility. Mobility can also revive the interest of members. When we recently discussed the opportunity of new clubs, members that were reluctant to take up the next officer role said, okay, that I would think to stay also next year and focus on this. This has revived my interest in staying as a member of Toastmasters. So I really believe it's the time for this city to have more clubs that could also help from an organizational aspect. And what I have learned, that was a lesson for me, that I'm a person taking up roles in the row, and also, as you said, I have experienced symptoms of burnout. Um, you do not have to expect things from people every year. We have to manage our expectations, and especially talking about me, to be down to earth, not overestimate people, and take for granted that they go after the next role. So have a more conservative mindset and trust the process. We may not ideally have the team we thought of at the beginning of the year, the next team, but we can have in a different way a successful team. So trust the process, as you once said me also, Lisel, and I keep that word. Trust the process, give time to yourself, and you may for a semester step back, and who knows, the ongoing things may get you in the things again, and have again your interest, let's say, have again an interest for the club, a different activity, a different concept you haven't thought of when you were in burnout. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Panagiotis. Well explained, and some good suggestions there. I agree with you, especially in a non-profit organization, that if it takes quite a bit out of all of us. So we need to be mindful of that, and trust the process, and also make sure that we get enough relaxation whilst we are developing ourselves. So thanks for sharing. And thank you for giving me the time to ask.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I believe we have time for one more question. Okay, a question from Malta. Go ahead.
Thank you, Laura, for the organization. Thank you, Panagiotis. Very successful presentation. One of the club officer training, I remember your club success plan you shared. It was very successful. What is your suggestion for new executive committee members how to prepare successfully club success plan? Thank you, Panagiotis.
A question to the point. A club success plan is our guide throughout the year, and through the years I have come to this conclusion that the only successful club success plan is the one that is able to be reviewed. All the other all the other plans are doomed to fail. So if we get back to this plan, even if the team has a great communication from the beginning of the year that is very positive, even if they agree on everything, they have to know that throughout the year they will need to review it. So many times we had to say, okay, the members we expected to finish, to complete their pathways, are not the members in the first draft of the club success plan. We have to manage again the expectations. We have a new, very active member that advanced in their pathway, so that could be the new suggestion. Or at the beginning of the year, we were very skeptical about the new members rate, and during September and October, through a good advertising on social media, we had the opportunity, and through Meetup, for example, especially for our case, we had loads of newcomers. So it's changing the plan month after month, and also discussing again and again where we are going with the goals, and be open to every idea, also to the ideas of the members. If you share the plan and how you are going towards your goals, your plan with the members, we try to do this in the announcements. Then members come and say, oh, you said you do not have this goal achieved. I have this level I could help you with. Or I see that more new members, you need more new members. I could ask that person to come to the next meeting. I can bring a friend. So make these a case of the whole club, not a concern of the club executive committee. That I would say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I believe this will actually help us wrap up things. Panagiotis, do you have any final thoughts?
I just want to thank you once more for giving the opportunity to share this, and thank everyone for being here tonight and having this great session and discussion.
Well, thank you, Panagiotis, for a great insight into how to make back-to-back champions the Thessaloniki way. I think we've learned quite a lot. I certainly have got a lot of interesting ideas, things that I'd like to see implemented in my own clubs, because these are just good practices, in my opinion. I want to thank everyone for coming here tonight. It's been a great pleasure. It's been a great pleasure to also host the whole series as well. As I mentioned, this is on YouTube. Our handle is Toastmasters D109. So like, comment, subscribe, share, all those things. We have a lot of other great videos on there as well. We're reviving the actual channel. So again, thank you all. Have a great rest of your May Day. Have a great rest of your weekend, or start of the weekend next week, or tomorrow, I should say. And I hope to see everyone in Malta in a week. Well, week and a half or so. So, thank you and goodbye.